Hey guys, you ever be watching like a pool pay-per-view or match on YouTube or something and listen to the commentators and they'll say, "Oh, he jumped 6 feet in the air," or they'll say, "Oh, he jumped out of his skin." I've never seen a pool player do either one of those two things. The first one would be pretty impressive, and the second one would be pretty gross. Of course, in commentator lingo, that's what's known as an exaggeration. What they're trying to say is he moved during the shot. And just to be clear, I 100% agree with that old advice. Don't move during the shot. But the question comes in, what is the shot? What counts as being during the shot? A lot of times the instructional people will say, oh, let's say something like, don't move until the object ball goes in the pocket. So that means if I shoot this four at slow speed, well, this time it didn't even go in. But don't move until it stops. Nothing cared if I moved. The four didn't care if I moved once the cue ball had already hit it. The cue ball didn't care if I moved once it had left the tip. This, in a lot of cases, just staying still for this length of time, well, it can be tiring depending on, I guess, how old you are, because that's when I've started noticing. It's a good habit to get into, but not because the balls care that you stayed still until the ball went in the pocket. It's to make sure that you don't move prematurely. If you're in the habit of shooting a shot and then standing up, I can't make the 13 today. I had a problem with this a little while ago too. Can't make it's unlucky 13. I'm not superstitious like that. What I was going to say is, before I was so rudely interrupted by the 13, is if I'm in the habit of doing that, the tip had already left Cuba. They had already parted ways. The 13 was already on its way. Didn't matter. I could have turned somersaults or whatever if I was younger and more agile and all that. The problem can be is I guess you start anticipating that part of your subconscious mind or whatever starts anticipating that you're gonna raise up, so you end up doing something like that. You raise up too soon. This is all the commentators are trying to get people to not do, and like I said, I 100% agree with that advice. I will very, 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 very often not necessarily jump up, but I'll shoot a shot like a long straight back bank shot, and then I'll turn my head to see if it's going to go in the pocket. There are going to be people that are going to say, "Oh my gosh, he moved his head during the shot." No, I did. During the shot ended for me when the tip and the cue ball parted ways. That's when the shot ended for me as far as whether or not I'm going to move or not, whether or not it's okay to move or not. I think everybody knows this. The commentators have to say something, and they have their official lingo book, so they can all keep repeating the same things over and over and over and over and over. And as I said, it's good advice, but only I'm going to miss that. I'm going to turn my head and verify that. Oh my gosh, um, it's good advice only to help make sure that you don't move too soon. Staying still until the ball is in the pocket. In a lot of cases, staying still for too long. If it's not comfortable to stay down here like a statue and wait for a ball to do whatever it's going to do, if it's not comfortable to do that, well, then don't do it. As soon as that Can't make the 14 now. That's fine. Concentrating so hard on not moving that I'm getting like a little bit of split brain syndrome. That's my theory anyway. I feel like most decent players are pretty good at not jumping up on the shot, especially not like just a more normal shot like this where they don't have to, they're not contorted or anything like that. A lot of you get, if you get on a shot that's weird, you're somehow contorted, and you're going to do this. Yeah, you can stay still until the two goes in the pocket, but maybe that's going to be weird being up here like this for that length of time. I'm on my toes right now as well to make sure I get over the shot. But as soon as the tip leaves and the cue ball part ways, I'm allowed to do whatever I want to do. Just am. There are a heck of a lot of worse things that can be commented on than, oh gosh, he moved. I just don't want people to worry about staying still until the ball goes in the pocket, or count to 5, or count to 10, or wait 15 years, or whatever. I don't want people to worry about that, because I think that's kind of wasted energy. I might very well, somebody might be watch that shot I just did, and I might very well have jumped out of my skin on that shot. Jumped 6 feet in the air on that shot. I don't think I did. I think I moved after the cue ball had left the tip. I think I probably relaxed a little bit because I was a little bit contorted. I think that's probably what happened. I definitely don't like it when they use that as an excuse for missing. The commenters will say, well, he missed that shot because he didn't stay down until the ball went in the pocket, for example. No, that's not why he missed a shot. He missed a shot for any number of other reasons. But it wasn't because he raised up while the object ball was on its way to the pocket, or on its way to missing the pocket, as it was going to be in this case. So in this one here, I'm a little bit contorted with my hand and stuff. I'm probably not going to wait until the ball misses by 1.5 feet, just because it was a little bit weird down here. That's all I'm trying to get at with this video. Some things matter in pool and advice and all that. Some things don't. The stay still, don't jump up type of thing. Yeah, it is important. But I think you have to be reasonable about stuff and just understand that the balls absolutely do not care. Now I'm going to turn my head once I'm going to bank to 12. I'm going to turn my head to see if it goes in. And guess what? Once I turn my head, that's not going to have any bearing at all on whether or not that 12 goes in. As long as I wait long enough, as long as I wait until the cue ball leaves the tip. I barely made it. Almost scratch. Would have made no difference. If I missed it, it would have been because I missed it. It wouldn't have been because I turned my head to the left after the cue ball had already left the tip. That's all I want to say. A little short little video. Thanks, guys.